Now to Bob Weaver and the weather.
Well, Ralph, just as I forecast, a few brief, widely scattered, intermittent showers occurred today.
Bob Weaver, Bernie Rosen, and Ralph Rennick all came to WTVJ together in the late 40s. They were the Beatles, really, of TVJ.
Bob Weaver was probably as talented an individual as you want to meet. He could do anything. He was very, very talented, exceptionally talented.
Well, you know, my service to South Florida began just a few months after the station signed on.
Bob was here for more than 50 years. He was much more than just a weatherman, but he was the weatherman for South Florida.
It's great for all the grass and all the growing things around town. I don't know whether you noticed or not, but if you see that big car way back there, a few minutes ago it was just a Volkswagen.
I was privileged enough to have the opportunity to work with Bob Weaver when I started, so I really feel so connected to kind of that special time when you had some of the folks who had been here at the very beginning.
Rain or sunny, the Dolphins will emerge number 1.
Bob Weaver was the greatest weathered person I've ever seen. He used to have this trick where he would write on this glass board, but it looked like he was writing backwards.
I worked with him, alongside him for more than 30 years. He got me through some very tough spots.
He was witty and knowledgeable, but when hurricanes hit, there was no one you turned to faster than you went to Bob Weaver.
We gave the public everything they needed, everything they had to have, and I found out the nice thing about it was that the people really appreciated it.
He was funny on air. You saw him. He was like a clown.
I mean, this is that time of year when you must carry an umbrella. It'll be the Labor Day weekend because I'm going to be working, that's why.
Weavy the Weather Bird. I got to work with Weavy the Weather Bird.
He started with Weavy the Weather Bird in the early 50s when Weavy was just a little tiny little bird with a spring.
He has grown up over the years.
Yes, he got bigger and bigger.
And a lot more colorful.
Right, and bigger. Well, that's the way it goes, right, Weavy?
I'm 45 years old today.
Honestly, I kind of thought it was a little kooky when I started, but I know it harkened back to TVJ days that this was sort of part of their tradition.
Weavy had a very distinctive voice. It was Bob Weaver's voice, of course, but it was something like, "Look, it's gonna be cloudy." It was crazy.
What's on your nose, Weavy?
It's my shamrock.
There's actually a picture that I still have on Facebook that Bob took of, I was out that morning, and so he put Weavy in my chair. And so he started saying, "Pam's a little under the weather today," and then he started doing the voice of Weavy. Weavy took on a whole life of his own.
Yes, it was corny. Everyone knew it was corny, but everybody loved it. It was nuts, but we had fun with it, and it was just an indication of who Bob was from the beginning to the end.
That doesn't happen today. Nobody's ever gonna have a puppet or a bird or a monkey or anything like that anymore. That just doesn't happen.
Weaver's other segment on that show was wishing people happy birthday. Every day he'd wish somebody else happy birthday. And we'd sing the happy birthday song until we were told we couldn't do it because of copyright infringement.
But Bob Weaver was a sweet, sweet man. Very giving, very kind.
People sometimes come up and say, "Oh, gee, a real-life celebrity." I've never felt like that.
He was the most charitable man I ever knew. I love the man. There was nothing that he wouldn't do for anybody.
The boat's coming to take us back to the studio, and we'll see you later.
Hi, I'm Shelley. Thank you for checking out our NBC6 South Florida YouTube channel. You want more videos like the kind you just watched? Click right here on the subscribe button below. Get the latest stories, interviews, caught on camera, and more. Digital exclusives as well, all for you. Subscribe now.